There were many popular kid shows in the 90s, and we'll probably end up getting to a lot of them in this video series. However, today I'm going to talk about two that were standouts of my childhood. I'm talking about shows that had me doing flying leaps off of the couch and getting massive carpet burn and responsible for probably a few broken lamps, as well as some questionable fashion choices. I'm talking about X-Men, the animated series, and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. These two shows were so iconic to my childhood, and while my love of X-Men certainly lasted longer than my love for Power Rangers, they both hold a special place in my heart. So welcome to the very first episode of I Miss the 90s. X-Men the Animated Series made its debut on Saturday, October 31st, 1992 on the much-missed Fox Kids network. Saturday morning cartoons used to be the morning activity for kids. The Fox lineup got me out of bed early in the morning, and I would binge watch cartoons from 8 a.m. until noon. X-Men was always one of the last shows to air, about 11 o'clock, 11:30, and I knew when it was over, it was time for me to do chores. So I did what any other kid did. When it ended, I pretended like I was taking a huge dump in the bathroom for a half an hour. I still had to do my chores like mowing the lawn or picking up sticks, but I got to do it later. Kid logic. When X-Men first aired, there was a pretty decent lineup on Fox that included Bobby's World, Eek the Cat, and Tiny Toon Adventures. But holy shit, when X-Men came out, it was mind-blowing. Giant robots, laser blasts, strong-ass chicks, razor claws, death, destruction, 90s catchphrases. It was a huge step up into a world I only knew a little about. Now, you probably know the story of the X-Men. The X-Men are a group of mutants under the leadership and training of Professor Charles Xavier. They're in a constant struggle to use their powers to protect those that fear and hate them, while also fighting against fellow mutants that view their gifts as weapons to establish dominance over the human race. The series mostly did a good job at showing this main theme. However, it also touched on really heavy themes such as racism, xenophobia, and homophobia, which is the overarching theme of the X-Men, but they made it accessible for a younger audience. The show's serious tone and animation was a step up from previous superhero cartoons that aired in the late 80s and early 90s. It was bright, action-packed, and everything an impressionable 9-year-old could want. I couldn't tell you how many times I made homemade Wolverine claws, or figured out how to make and throw cards just like Gambit, or how many times I used the phrase,
"Alright, you egg-sucking piece of gutter trash,"
just like my hero. Now, while the show kicked a lot of ass, I did have a lot of criticisms, even when I was young. For one thing, I always felt like the show was aired out of order, or at least every time I watched it, it was always the Phoenix Saga or a time-traveling episode. As a kid, I had no idea what the hell was going on. You'd start watching and then you'd be like, okay, is Jean Grey around? Wait, okay, there's she. Wait, no, is she the Phoenix now? Wait, okay, Morph is back. I thought he died. Oh, he's evil now. You can tell because he's got the bags under his eyes. Wait, why is there a dinosaur in this one? Which space adventure is this? Wait, what about this one? Ah, there it is, time travel. There's Bishop, right on time. Check out that hair. He was supposed to be from our time period. Well, I guess that's really not that hard to believe. Also, this is a minor criticism involving Wolverine's character. I know it's a cartoon for kids, but I really felt like he never used his claws. Check this scene out. First, I'd like to point out Wolverine just launched his Jeep 20 feet into the air. There's no way he's going to be able to salvage that Jeep after this. It's just gone. Now, this would be a really cool scene if he straight up murdered some dudes after jumping out of his Jeep, but he literally just grabs their heads and pushes them down. What the hell was that? Oh, those dudes that Wolverine just lunged at from 20 feet in the air, messing up the suspension on his Jeep, and handled them with more care than a UPS delivery driver? Yep, those dudes, they're called the Friends of Humanity. Basically, they're neo-Nazis. And Wolverine just pushes them down. I mean, honestly, this would be the perfect time to just... Nazis. It seemed like Wolverine really only ever used his claws against Sentinels, doors, cars, basketballs, salami.
Where's that blasted salami? I can smell it. Ah, all it needs is slicing.
While you're at it, fix one for me.
Watching the show again, there's a lot of dialogue choices that I actually find pretty funny.
Hold it. I smell something oily. Turkey.
We on our own in this world. Life is random. Deal you a full house or a busted flush.
Wait, what?
What'd I say?
Why does everything have to be a card reference?
Ducks. I hate ducks.
Huh. Apparently Wolverine hates ducks. Now, my next criticism, I don't believe I really noticed that much when I was a kid, because kids are just kind of used to this shit. But I wonder what my mom thought about the yelling in this show. Like, seriously, everybody is always screaming.
Leave me alone!
Look at that face. Rogue enjoys this.
Power! Ah! Incredible power! Ah!
All right, you gotta admit, that's kind of funny. So the question is, does X-Men the Animated Series hold up after nearly 30 years? You know what? I'm gonna say that it does. I think if you can look past some of the weird animations and some of the oddball dialogue choices and of course all of the yelling, deep down in the heart of it, there is a good message there. And it actually teaches kids at a very young age about, well, being different. I also feel like it dealt with those themes very well in a way that made it easily digestible for a younger audience. I think that the cartoon really showed that you can take these ideas and themes of superheroes, comic book heroes, bright flashy costumes, ridiculous names. I mean seriously, like Mr. Sinister. I mean, what kind of name is that? But you could take these themes and you can put it into a cartoon, and the cartoon can poke fun at itself, but also take itself seriously when it needs to. And I think that you hadn't really seen anything like that before. And that trend sort of continued on through the 90s into where we are today. So I think that you should absolutely give this show a shot if you haven't ever seen it, or if you have seen it when you were a kid, 9, 10, 11 years old like I was. Go back and watch it again with a fresh set of eyes. I think you'll find it very nostalgic, but I also think that you'll probably have a really good time with it. Hey dudes, thanks for checking out part 1 of my two-part first episode. Yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe. And if you'd like to know when the next episode drops, part 2 is on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Hit that notification bell in the corner there, and you'll be all set. Thanks for watching.